technical issues. It looks like I'm having, looks like my connection's coming in and out. I don't know. It's the middle of the day, no reason, but I have no power. So hopefully I can continue doing this and everything is good. But today we are talking about goals. Maybe one of my goals should be to get better internet and better computer skills. So anyway, goals, as we have said over and over and over, goals are the key to your business, you guys. You have to have goals if you want to achieve something. When you have a regular job that you go into 9 to 5, you may or may not have goals, but you have tasks that you have to get done, right? You go in, you have certain things you have to do. If you're a teacher, you have goals with your students, for yourself, maybe professionally, maybe things your kids have to hit. So different jobs have goals, but some you don't really hit goals. You go in, you do your job, but maybe to make it more exciting, you're setting your own personal goals within that. I know, I always have something, Kim. I'm telling you. Oh, great. Now my dog's going to bark too because the Amazon guy is coming up to the porch. So I'm sorry. It's going to happen any minute. All right. So let's talk a little bit about goal setting, you guys. Like I said, it's the key of getting yourself motivated and deciding what to do each day. Tomorrow night, actually, at our regional meeting, we're going to be talking about the goal setting of the Cancun tracker. So maybe something like that is what your goal is. Maybe it's a big goal. One big thing I want to tell you about goals right off the bat is to share your goals with somebody in your life. Once your goals are said out loud, I'm telling you, you're way more apt to achieve them because not only now are we holding ourselves accountable, but somebody else knows. And you hate to, when they bring it up and say, hey, how's that going? You hate to be able to say, oh, I didn't hit it. So if you say it out loud and tell somebody else your goals, it makes you feel good because now you kind of have that accountability partner. Goals help fuel you. They help motivate you. They give you a daily routine of what you need to get done, and they create discipline. I'm sorry, I'm not used to looking out the window while I train, but with no light in my house, I have to aim the light from outside at me. But I'm seeing all these people pulling up past to my house. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit, it's like squirrel. I'm getting off track. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's talk about SMART goals. We've heard this expression before too. SMART standing for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So let's go through each one of those and talk for a minute. So specific. You guys, when you set a goal, make sure it's clearly defined. Don't just say, I want to sell a lot of money. I want to sell a lot of nails and make a lot of money. That is not specific at all. You need to say, I want to sell $600. Maybe if you're earning the cruise, you know you need to sell $1,000 in a month, or you need to sell, $275 as you can. If I were you, I'd be setting goals as far as work for your sales, your sponsoring, and if you have a team, what your team goals are. And that way you can look at those each month. If you want to build a team, well, then you know you need to sponsor people. Be specific. I want to sponsor 2 people a month. All right? So be as specific as you can. I want to sell $300 in a month. And a little side note on that, let's talk about $300. We all hear BQ. We all hear 300. Here's my little plug-in. Why should you set a goal of never going less than $300 a month? Because $300 is kind of the magic answer in our business. If you're selling $300 in a month, that's about 1 nail bar. You're making about $75 a month. I don't think if you signed up with Color Street to make money, you're not going to want to make less than $75 a month, I wouldn't think. If you want to enroll somebody and then you start working with them, of course, you want to get some kickback on that. You have to be selling $300 a month in order to get paid on that. If you want to take advantage of some of the company's special offers for $300, you have to you have to be bonus qualified every month. So get in the habit. So never go less than 300. If your goal is to be making money with Color Street, you should never, ever, ever consider going less than $300 a month. And that's a given because that means you're making less than $75 a month. Okay. So those are my S. Now my M, make it measurable. Okay. How can you measure or keep track of your goals? Well, sales are going to be pretty concrete, right? I mean, I know if my goal was to sell $300 in a month and I did $250, okay? Well, let's look at that. Why did I hit 250? Did I do a nail bar? How many people were invited to the nail bar? If I did at least one nail bar with at least 8 people who ordered, I should be around $300 or more if they did the buy 3, get 1. So you can kind of break down and measure what happened. If your goal was $600 and you only held one nail bar, well, that's probably why you didn't hit $600. So make it measurable that you can see what's happening towards your goal. Okay, your goal is to sponsor 2 people a month. Did you talk to anybody about the business? No, but you made a post on Facebook that it's not going to happen. I promise you. Once in a blue moon, somebody may respond to that. But it's not very often someone's going to reach out to you. You need to be the person reaching out. So make it measurable. Make it something that you can actually check in with yourself and say, okay, well, did I talk to 2 people, 10 people, 15 people? How many did I talk to sign up those 2? All right. Make it attainable. If you just signed up and you set your sales goals at $5,000 a month, that's great. We would love to see you do that. We will encourage you all the way. But let's, get a little used to the business and how you're going to get those people and build those people. Don't set such unrealistic expectations for yourself that you're never going to hit them. Well, I know I want to be a senior executive within 3 months. Okay, that's a lot of sponsoring you need to do. That's a lot of sales you need to do, you and your team. So if you start smaller, you can always go bigger, but you want it something that is attainable. If you make it so far-fetched, you're never going to hit it. You're going to get frustrated. And what are you going to do? You're probably going to quit, right? When you are coming up with your goals, it's real important you're writing the steps to how you're going to achieve these. So if you are writing, you want to have, again, I'm just going $600 in sales. Okay, well, I know if the average nail bar is $300-ish, I need to have at least 2 nail bars minimum, because what if one went less? If it goes over, that's great. But so how many people do you need to reach out to? You got to start writing the steps instead of just putting the goal. Okay, you want to be a team leader. Okay, you want to have is relevant. Okay, you want to make it relevant. Make the goals about your business, okay? Obviously, if you just started your business, your goal shouldn't be, I'm trying to think of something. Your goal shouldn't be to run training every month for your team if you have you and one person. That should not be a goal that you are even looking at. Your goal should be getting nail bars on your calendar. How many nail bars you're going to do in sponsoring. All right, so make them relevant to where you are in the business. As you move up and you build a team, I probably would give yourself closer than a year, because you could hit team leader in less than a year. So make it so, you're pushed for time, but not so stressed out that you're going to continue to not hit goals, okay? So give yourself a relevant time. And then what you do when you check in with that time frame, let's say you didn't hit it. All right, instead of getting discouraged and say, I quit. I had a 3-month goal to be team leader, so I'd hit Jumpstart 90, and I didn't get it. So I'm done. I'm done with Color Street. Instead, take a step back and look at all the things you did do towards that goal and celebrate the things that you did instead of being down on yourself for not doing it. You might need to revamp the goal. Okay, you know what? I signed up for stylists, but now I notice my stylists haven't signed people up. What can I do to work with them to get them to see the sharing the business opportunity with somebody? So your next goal might be figuring out the words to share with your team members of sharing the words of the business. All right, so you might have to change and tweak your goals along the way in order if goals aren't being achieved. One of the biggest things I can tell you about achieving goals is personal development. Always learning new things, always hopping on training when you can, listening, even if it's not Color Street. There's so many great people out there to listen to motivate you, to teach you new things, even talking with other stylists. But continue to always grow. If you're not hitting your goals, instead of getting down on yourself or blaming other people, evaluate why you're not hitting them and see what you can do, okay? I I didn't get 2 nail bars. Why didn't you get 2 nail bars? How many people did you talk to? What's the words that you used when you asked them? Were you just posting, or did you actually send a message out to somebody? Did you send a generic email? Or did you actually pick up the phone and call somebody? What did you say to them? There's so many questions you can ask yourself. But one of the biggest things is you have to be real with yourself. Be honest, even with the things you don't want to hear about to yourself from yourself. Be honest with yourself when you're writing goals and when you're evaluating if you hit them or not. We're always students of the business, you guys. We're always going to be learning. Every single person, everyone. We never know everything in this business. There's too many ways to do things. You may be better at some things than others, but you can always learn new things. All right. My last suggestion is being around other goal-oriented people. So if you have the goal in your business to become team leader, well, then get around other people who want to be team leader. All right? Get around another group of people who have the same interest in you. Share ideas, talk to them. Because when you have that same goal, I know I always compare to exercise, but like when my friend and I were running a marathon together, we both had the same goal to run the marathon, right? Of course, she's going to be the person I want to run with. I don't want to run with the person at the time who has the goal to just go out and run around the block. I want the person who's determined to get out there and run the. So be around the people. Not to say the 1 mile person isn't great. I want to be around them occasionally for a shorter run. But when it came down to my long runs, I wanted to be around people that wanted that same goal with me. Because then when it got hard, we could talk each other out of wanting to quit. All right? So if you surround yourself with the people who want what you want, when the going gets tough, you call them and they're not going to let you quit. They're going to talk you into reevaluating your goals, helping you build back up, and talking about how you can do things differently. Your uplines are there for you guys for that. So make sure when we know, and then get on coaching calls with your upline. And that's what they're for. They're there to talk to you guys about your goals. What are you doing each month to work on those goals? What do you need help with? Where do you need to be? And we can help you talk through and evaluate what you're doing to try to change or enhance or celebrate what's going right. All right? So, of course, I'm going to give you guys your challenge, which is if you do not have goals, you are not to go to bed tonight until you have sat down and wrote down your goals with your business. What are your goals? What do you want to sell each month? What do you want to sponsor each month? Do you have a rank goal you want to hit? Do you have a personal goal within this that you want to hit? Maybe it's something personal, like maybe you have a hard time. Maybe you've never done an in-person nail bar, and yours is to build up to be able to do one in-home nail bar in the month of October because it's been something that's been holding you back. Maybe you've never done a Facebook nail bar. So your goal is to get a Facebook nail bar on your calendar. Maybe you've done a Facebook party, but it hasn't been successful. So maybe your goal is to work at improve. All right. You have many, many different types of goals. Maybe it's a financial goal, something like, I dance. It's just the easiest things that always comes to my mind. My daughter's on the high school dance team this year, a whole nother expense now in dance. Maybe my goal then would be to pay for her nationals trip to dance in January. Because, of course, I learned that these high school sports are almost as expensive as outside high school sports. So there's all sorts of goals you guys can set. So you are not allowed to go to bed tonight until you have 3 goals written for your Color Street business with time frames and with steps of how you're going to achieve each one. If you don't know how you're going to achieve each one, if you don't know what your goals are, you are to reach out to your upline and get a call with them, get in a text with them, and figure out what your goals can be. Okay? So that is my challenge to you. So if you come up with your goals, if you do anything with them today, put it in the comments in here. Tell us about your goals. All right? So that's what I have for you today. And everybody have an amazing day. And hopefully my power will go on soon. And my house won't be too pitch dark behind me anymore. All right? Thanks, guys.